11 breakdown of the Drisbowl, the Mocarl Conman podcast show. Here we are again. We're back, Connor.
We're back from week 11.
It was
the week of weeks.
Oh my God, so much happened in week 11. Here to break it all down with us is none other than a certain Robert Fay. Rob Fay, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Good to finally be on. I've had to reschedule a few times due to illness and general stress of the Drisbowl.
Of just life, yeah.
Life, man.
It seems strange. It's crazy that it's only week 11 when we get you on now. Seeing as for a while there we were just getting people on every week.
Well, in fairness, there is 10 of us. Well, I suppose 2 of you are on it, so I don't know.
Rob, I assume you've listened to the show before.
Every week. My favourite show.
What we like to do is we like to do a little segment called Getting to Know the Coach. Oh yes, Rob, it's that time again. It's time to get to know the coach. Connor, we get to learn about coaches.
I can't wait.
So Rob, you've seen or you've heard. Well, I guess you haven't seen it. You've heard this part of the show before. We're going to ask you a bunch of questions that Doug, our intern, has diligently researched.
Yes, he has.
Yeah, did Doug or not?
And it's a way for us to get to know you better.
Did Doug or not?
You ready to play, Rob?
I'm ready.
All right, Rob, so it says here that you are an avid karate fan.
I do like it. I've recently switched to Brazilian ground karate. It's better for my my cleats and the back of my arms. So it's a better life experience.
All right. Your family made their fortune from the great Julianstown gold rush of '78.
False. My family aren't remotely from Julianstown, so Doug, you blew it.
All right, Doug.
Now, in fairness, some of that money may have trickled down to us.
Yeah, posthumously.
So, yeah, in a very, let's just say redacted.
The Zebra Killers logo has come under some scrutiny in the animal rights world, Rob. What can you say to alleviate any fears they may have?
It's gone. The bad luck attached to that logo and the stigma and the taboo and all the other bad things, it's gone. There's going to be a serious rebranding in Julianstown next year.
In July 2004, a documentary was made about your life called The Fabulous Life of Rob and Friends. Have you watched it, and why was it redubbed to Portuguese for an Irish audience?
In Julianstown, we have a very strong, affluent Portuguese town or section, a mini town, if you will.
Yeah.
So it's really the only people who watch it are the Portuguese.
Okay.
They got about 3 English language views, and that was me. It was me.
Sorry, I was waiting for you to continue going. Rob, your favourite beer currently?
I'm currently drinking whiskey out of a little tin mug. So that.
Okay.
And pictures of fossils with the boys.
Rob,
you know who you are.
Global warming is going to destroy the world. How do you, as a disaster capitalist, plan to make money off countless people suffering?
Umbrellas that have heaters kind of coming down from the top of them. But also, the heaters are very high in CO2 emissions that no one will know because I'm going to rig it. So the sheer fact that these umbrellas exist is going to make global warming way worse, and therefore people are going to buy way more.
That's genius.
There's another self-sustaining economy.
Yeah. Rob, if you had to choose between the Zebra Killers winning the Driss and world peace, how would you celebrate the Drisbowl?
Oh, I would go wild. I would rub it in all the faces of all the victims of the wars.
And I was getting to know the coach, Connor. Once again, I get to ask you, how do you think you get Rob better now? Do you understand him better?
That was a deep dive into his subconscious there, I feel.
Big ups to Doug, who struggled last week. He got in a bit or 2 weeks ago. Dell was giving him a bit of trouble, yeah, but Doug stepped up. I think he got the message. You know what it was? It was. I actually saw him talking to
Detective Jack Doyle.
Yeah, Detective Jack Doyle. They're having a coffee outside. So, well,
having a coffee.
I say they were having a coffee. Jack Doyle was almost certainly drinking.
Oh yeah.
There was whiskey in that cup.
Yeah, he was drinking Here.
While he was recording it.
Yeah.
You were gone. I could see. Like,
Yeah.
he just had a glass of sherry.
Crazy bastard.
He mixes his drink.
All right.
Do you think Doug is drinking on the job?
No, Doug doesn't drink. He's a good. He's
we
a
don't
good
let him
boy.
out of his cage much.
Oh, he's a Mormon.
We don't ask his politics or his religion here. Doug's life is Doug's life.
No.
We respect his boundaries, you know.
You should do a getting to know the Doug.
We should get a getting to know the dog.
Yeah. That could be for the post-regular season, maybe.
Post-season pod. We'll do a deep dive on Doug.
Behind the scenes.
Find out all about him. All right, Rob. We got some breaking news. 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 So there has been a trade. Have you seen this trade, Rob?
No.
Hasn't gone up.
It hasn't gone up yet, no. Christian McCaffrey, an 11th round pick, have been traded to the OC Millions for Cortland Sutton and a future 6th round pick.
For real?
That's the breaking news that we have in front of us here, Robert.
Oh my god. That does not bode well for me in 2 weeks. Michael, what can I pay you to throw this game?
Let's talk
Trades.
off air.
Posthumous.
Just give me picks. I need a 6th round pick back.
I'll give you a 1st round pick to throw this game.
So let me tell you how this went down, Rob. So essentially, what happened was after the 4:00 games.
Yeah, once I was definitely losing this week.
Yeah, you kind of
I threw in the towel on the season.
He admitted defeat
On the regular season.
and within 10 minutes, I was like 7th round pick for McCaffrey.
Yeah.
And you were like 6th, and then I was like, and I want your 11th.
No, you said
In
10th.
a 10th, and you were
11th.
like 11th, and then it was done. It was done by 4:22.
Yeah, about 10 seconds after I agreed to it, I was like, shit, he lowballed me there. In my defence, I was annoyed at my regular season being over, and I was kind of half asleep. But,
Yeah.
and
Well,
And it was 420.
yeah.
yeah, so my plan to explain this was I knew that Connor wanted picks, so I knew that if I could get in there quick, and if I could offer him something to get in his head, that, you know, he'd be more likely to go under, which is what I did.
If you preyed on the vulnerability,
Essentially, yeah. I knew
and
Connor
you can't
wanted
refuse
picks.
because of the implication.
Oh, the implication, of course.
I do also have to mention, someone who will remain nameless tried to start a bidding war today.
Oh, okay. Was this
Someone who knew about the trade.
Was it Danny?
It was 100% John, isn't it?
Not naming any names. I don't want to reveal the secrets of other members.
100% John tried to do a bidding war. What'd you say, Rob?
Said that son of a bitch trying to trade more picks.
And then I wasn't sure the etiquette on going back on trades that you already agreed
Oh,
to.
yeah, no.
So I was like, I already agreed it, so.
Yeah.
I feel like the etiquette went out the window once you start trading picks. John's like, Mr. Goldenfold in Rick and Morty when he's like, I haven't learned a thing.
Trying to drop it like a 1st and 2nd round pick to get McCaffrey.
My 2nd and 3rd.
The tipping point for this trade was McCaffrey's last 2 games of the fantasy season are obviously it's week 15 and 16. I think he plays the Saints and the Falcons, both at home. Connor, can you confirm
Saints
this?
and the Falcons, yeah.
Saints and Falcons both at home. So I was like, Christian McCaffrey at home. The 2 biggest weeks of the season if I can get by you or Richie, which, if I'm honest, who knows now that I'm on a 2-game losing streak. But that's why I needed to make a move. So I got my boy. So I think he's going to be my flex, set in stone
So
now.
nice.
Such a good flex.
Yeah, the Panthers are going to have to win those games.
Yeah.
2 divisional games, like, in Carolina. That's big.
In Carolina was the sealer, and especially because the Falcons have zero defense.
If I know my fans in the Drisbowl, they're gonna want me to ask the hard question. Connor, do you feel like you could have got more for the trade?
Oh yeah, as soon as I made it, I text Michael about 2 minutes later. I was like, I definitely could have got a better pick than that.
Yeah, and then I was like, I would have definitely given a 5th.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, look, get what you can while you can, Connor.
Yeah, and now Connor, so what picks have you got for next year now?
So I have your 5th, Rob, don't I? I'm pretty
Yes.
sure I do. We'll confirm that. So I've Rob's 5th, of your 6th, I've Martin's 7th. I think actually Martin's 6th as well, and 7th. So I have 3 6th round picks.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
Martin has my 8th, and you have my 11th.
Yeah. Spicy meatballs in
Possibly
terms of
package some of that.
see, yeah, that's what I was saying. That you could package up those 3 6s and maybe get like a 4th, maybe a 3rd.
I'll stick with
Just powering through and get
getting
all
good-
that
good
depth.
depth,
Get
yeah,
that depth.
yeah.
So, like, yeah.
Yeah. Better depth. I had good depth apparently at the start of this year, but then it went to shit. So
Yeah.
get some actually good depth.
Yeah, I know them feelings, man. Jeez, it's been a sham.
Yeah, so then we also we just kept it under. I was like, keep that under your hat, and we'll breaking
so
news.
Break it on the pod, yeah, I like it.
Yeah, we get an exclusive. How many exclusives do other pods get, Rob?
Like none.
Usually none. Yeah. The only other news to talk about is Alex Smith's leg break. Rob, you saw this?
Oh, my defense did it, and I'm mad that I didn't get an extra point.
Oh my god. Yeah, it was super bad. So, who was the guy, the quarterback, like 33 years ago or something?
Yeah.
Was it Name It?
No, I don't know who it was, some guy. But it was like nearly the exact same circumstances.
It was exactly 33 years.
Yeah,
And
so
it
the
finished the exact
game-
same score, I think.
Yeah, on the day.
Yeah,
and
and
everything,
it was on the 40-yard line. No,
Yeah.
like that's crazy.
Oh my god.
Was it Theismann?
Could have
Yes, I think so.
been, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Theismann.
Good work, Rob.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. Poor Alex Smith. But the Colt McCoy came out and threw a massive touchdown. We were actually in the pub with an old kind of Redskins fan at the time,
Yeah.
and he was going mad about Alex Smith. And then your man broke his leg, and then we were like, "Oh, well, you got what you wanted. It's a Christmas miracle."
Yeah, I think the Redskins could end up being a more exciting team to watch now with Colt McCoy.
I kind of had a theory that they might trade for Teddy Bridgewater if they're going to go to the playoffs, because he has that rapport with Adrian Peterson, and also he likes to throw to the tight end, and Jordan Reed has been so underutilized this year that I just think it might make sense, and you get him for pretty cheap. I think the Saints like a 4th round pick or something for him.
Saints might hold on to him till the end of the season though, because
Super Bowl.
yeah, they're in there, and like if they have him, even if something happens to Drew Brees, that's still it's still a very good team.
Oh yeah, they're so good. I think they're the best team in the NFL at the moment.
Alright, Robin, that's the news. Let's move on to the first game, which is your one.
Rosen from the gun on 2nd and 7. Goal end zone, has his man. It's Fitzgerald for the Arizona touchdown.
That was Larry Fitz with the catch that saw the Zebra Killers seal a win and a chance at a playoff spot, while also sending the Titans to the Marina playoff as they become the first team knocked out of the Drisbowl this year. Woo. Rodgers, Philip Lindsay and the Texans did enough to get the win for the JTZK. I guess you're going to rebrand, so it's fine. As they move on to a Week 12 game against the Hollanders in the knowledge that their work is far from done. The Titans will now look to focus on next season after building up a number of picks for next year's draft, even adding to it in post-game as they received a 6th for Christian McCaffrey. Alright, so boys, who wants to... Rob, as a guest, you get to start. Talk us through this game.
Yeah, so Larry Fitz, I'll just like an honourable mention, because I was going to start Allen Robinson, and then I looked and I was seeing that the Vikings were number 1 against the outside receiver in the league, so I was like, fuck that. So I started Larry Fitz, who I picked up off the waivers probably the day before, and he got 2 passes for 2 touchdowns.
Yeah,
so, you can't really ask much more, man.
You've been banging the Larry Fitz drum for a couple of weeks now. Is it you who've been mentioning since he's got the new coordinator he's looked better, or is that Martin?
Yeah, since he got the new coordinator, I kind of felt like it's just his targets went up.
Yeah.
You know,
It seems like an easy solution. It's like, oh, Larry Fitz is one of the best wide receivers ever. Maybe we should throw him the ball.
Yeah, exactly. It's perfect. And because he's in the slot, and then like he was playing the Raiders, so you're just gonna play anybody who's playing the Raiders, basically. And then Philip Lindsay, obviously the snowplow, as I like to call him. I don't know why I gave him that nickname at some stage in the year. I kind of like it. He's tiny.
Yeah, he's looked really good this year, Philip Lindsay.
So I don't know. He got 2 touchdowns again. So 4 touchdowns between the two boys. That was all good. And then it's like the Bears Vikings game was a shit show. Dalvin Cook with -1 point.
Yeah.
Some guy online, right, went into that game winning by half a point, and Dalvin Cook to play, and lost.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
Because he got -1 point.
Because he got the fumble, yeah.
I don't know.
Jesus
And
Christ.
I had a little peek behind my kimono to show you how my sausage gets made. I had a trade in the pipes with Danny.
Okay.
Basically, it was the Cook brothers for David Johnson. Because once Cooper Kupp went down, I was like, Danny's going to want a Ram. And he's going to want a wide receiver. So I was like, I'll package, Brandon Cooks with someone. So I threw in Dalvin Cook to replace David Johnson, and the trade didn't go through, and then Danny messaged me to lie with himself that it didn't. So
yeah. Connor, would you say that that Rob's pre this game troubles might have been due to too many cooks in the kitchen?
No, but he had 2 cooks.
Yeah, he might have too many cooks in the kitchen. Is what I'm saying.
So
Anyway, Rob,
this week he had the right amount of cooks.
continue, Rob.
So fucking happy with the win, but fucking Richie, man.
Yeah,
Richie, man.
Yeah, Connor, you'll have the stats here. What are Richie's last 2 scores in the last 2 weeks?
He is the first person this year to score more than 130 points for 3 weeks in a row.
Oh,
Fucking steamrolling through the league now, huh?
oh, he's on a hot streak. Yeah.
Yeah, 131.
That is.
And then 136, and this week he got 135.
Yeah, see, that's why, I'm afraid of him week 14. I'm like, I want Rob, yeah.
Oh, that'd be amazing. If anyone deserves it to come from behind and fucking win the league, win the twist, it's Richie.
Yeah, I definitely can't rule him out.
You're saying that, but if you were keeping up with the power rankings last week, me and Richie are tied for the toughest schedule now. So, Richie don't deserve shit.
I don't think that you are tied for the toughest schedule, are you? Are you?
Kind of. If you round it up.
Well, how do you rank that in terms of points against?
So I just do points per game scored on you. So it kind of breaks it. It always kind of comes down to let's say it was 97.3. Obviously it's 97, but then if it was 97.6, then it's 99 or whatever. So or 98. I'm terrible at maths. So whoever gave me the rank of power rankings ranker.
Yeah, because I was going to say, because I currently have the most points against, but
after this week, yeah,
by 3, yeah. It's fucking bullshit. Connor, let's talk a little bit about your team. What's going on? Talk about this. How did this game go down for you?
Badly. Yeah.
At no point were you in the lead.
No. And it didn't even look close to getting in the lead. And
by 4 o'clock, you had given up.
Oh yeah. Well, all my players, bar Mitch and the Chiefs, were playing at that time. So
yeah,
I was literally about halfway through that match. I was just waiting for it to end so I could throw in the towel. I didn't want to do it before the matches ended. Just in case. And Lamar Miller and Christian McCaffrey were doing rubbish, and then towards the end of them games, they got a few extra points in.
Yeah,
but it wasn't enough.
Yeah, your wide receiver problem has been catastrophic from the start of the season all the way up to now. Your 2 boys, Sean Jackson, who you're starting receivers for weeks now, again, do nothing at all.
There's nothing else out there, though.
Tyler Boyd was a good pickup, and he has been good. But what I kind of said coming into this week was that no AJ Green hurts Tyler Boyd. Sometimes it's I'll get more targets, so his volume will go up.
Yeah, but he also gets more coverage.
AJ Green just takes coverage. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I kind of realized that during the game as well. I was like, God damn it, Tyler Boyd, what are you doing? You're not a number 1 receiver. Connor, you were very upset with Eric Ebron.
I can't understand it at all.
Oh, the goose egg.
He got 3
I know.
touchdowns last week, and he was the most targeted player. And this week, he didn't get 1 target. I don't understand it at all. Like, if he got a few yards off a few targets, I'd be like, okay, that was a bad week. But he didn't get
They didn't even look at
anything.
him.
It would have been.
And the fact
he
that
should
the
have just
Colts
stayed home.
scored so many points.
Yeah, they put up how many points? 38
38.
points. Yeah, and he got 0 targets.
It's shite, is what it is. It wasn't a difference maker, it was just an irritating.
He nearly threw like a 15-yard or 20-yard touchdown, and it was dropped as well.
Oh my god.
Fucking Jared Cook, who I dropped, he got like 10 points. The most in several weeks.
Dion Lewis also didn't perform after putting up a big week against the Patriots last week, but that was in that Colts game where the Colts just fucking ran riot over Tennessee.
Yeah, Bill Maher did alright for a kicker, even though he missed a PAT. And then, I switched out the Chiefs for the Eagles defense last minute, so that was it. That was probably the smartest thing I've done all year. The Eagles got -4 points.
Yeah, that was a good call.
I was just going to leave them there until John mentioned
I suppose in retrospect, though, for yourself, Con, getting the 5th round for Aaron Rodgers in a matchup that like you were going to lose anyway. Like, it wasn't like if I had played Kirk Cousins, like there was 4 points in the difference or whatever. Like, you lost by 4. Like, you got your pick, you got out. Took the knee.
Yeah.
I was kind of just hoping that Cousins would get more than Rodgers. Just to annoy you.
Just
double bone you, Minnesota.
What else is going on? Your boy Carry On, Rob. Tell us about your relationship with Carry On.
I love him.
Yeah.
I love him. My baby daddy. I don't know. I was looking, like, okay, so for the last 2 weeks, he's outscored James Conner. Right, now, I'm not saying James is good by any stretch of the imagination, but it wasn't a bust.
No, I wouldn't say it was a bust either.
And he put up 15 points before the third quarter, and then he went down with a knee sprain, which obviously is bad, but if he had kept playing, I think he would have got broken 20.
Yeah.
But the knee sprain, oh, man, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, the MRI still hasn't come out. I don't know what Detroit hospitals are like, but I'd imagine they're garbage, because how have they not got an MRI yet?
It's also on Thursday as well, isn't it? Which isn't ideal.
Yeah. Nah, he's for want of a better word, he's taking a knee this week. Jordan Howard is starting somehow on my team again. Piece of shit.
He was supposed to be your boy.
Oh, I thought he was going to be so good this season. Oh.
Yeah. He really boned you in a big spot. What's going on in your bench, Connor?
Not really, no.
No. So that leaves...
Can I ask you a question, actually? What did Greg Zerline end up getting? Because I heard he missed a PAT.
He got 7 points.
Oh, he got 7, did he?
6 PATs and then 2 field goals and then a miss.
Yeah, you could have stuck with Legaton.
If you're taking 7 here, you're probably going to miss 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they both missed. That was such a good game. Oh my god. You didn't watch it all, did you, Connor? Oh my god, it was amazing.
Was there 14 touchdowns in total?
14, yeah. The Bills' offense only has 13.
Crazy. That is crazy. Yeah, that is just nonsense, man. And like the fact that I know you're going to get into it, but the fact that I coincided with your and Bal's matchup, which was basically the exact same thing, like the fantasy version.
Yeah, we're actually gonna go to that now.
Mahomes winds it up, wide open as Hill. How quick was that? 73 yards.
That was Mahomes to Hill for the Warriors as the two combined for 70 points in the Monday night game as the Warriors extend their unbeaten run to 11 games and seal the Stringer division. In an incredible game that has now become the highest scoring Drisbowl game ever, the Millions looked in good shape heading into the Monday night game. However, an uncharacteristically quiet game for Todd Gurley meant the Millions once again leave Brookville without a win. As both teams are already qualified for the playoffs, there is little left to ponder in the regular season, but both teams can potentially look ahead to Week 15 for the third and most important matchup of the series. Boys, what the fuck? How does this happen? How? It's crazy.
Oh, Michael.
So I mentioned in the thing, it is the the highest scoring game. You straight away you were like, I don't need to look this up. It is the most.
Yeah.
I
called it.
You did, yeah. Which actually leads into
in the power rankings.
Our end of show bit leads into this whole thing.
Oh yeah.
But I did a bunch of research on this, so I had like the other. I have the other games and stuff like that. So
Yeah, high scoring games.
yeah. No, you know what? I'm gonna save that for the fucking other thing.
Okay.
I'll save it for the end, Rob. You can listen in.
I'm excited.
So nearly fucking 200 points. It's crazy. Or no, sorry, nearly 300 points. My brain is shook.
300.
Yeah, 3 points off 300. So where to start with this game? So I think early on I was under the illusion that I was in good shape. Even before like the late Sunday game or whatever. I don't know, I felt good. And even then I was like, even going into the game last night, I was 5 points ahead. I had 3 players, he had 2 players. It was going to be a shootout no matter what. And then it was just goddamn Todd Gurley. He just needed 3 more points. A Todd Gurley touchdown would have won it for me. And I didn't do it. And now Barry could potentially go undefeated, which is crazy.
He will never hear the end of it.
Like, I wouldn't even be mad at him. I can't be mad at him. His team just keeps winning. There's no point. Like, I can't even be salty about it. He's like a thing of nature. It's the 3 things you can guarantee in life: death, taxes, and Barry just winning games now.
Although he's playing Richie next week.
Yeah, he's playing Richie next week, and he also doesn't have Paddy Mahomes and Tyreek Hill and someone else. Someone else is in or out too. But his team is still stacked.
That's really good for Richie.
Yeah, his team is still stacked. I'm not gonna. Sure, well, you just put in Deshaun Watson instead of Mahomes, and you put in Juju instead of Tyreek Hill, and or even Bobby Woods in there.
It's nonsense.
It's fine. He's fine. So Mahomes and Hill put up 70 points for him, which is that more than some people got this week or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, got it. Yeah. How would be?
Just Martin, yeah. So Paddy Mahomes.
Did Connor score more than 70?
Yeah, he got 71.
Oh, nice.
Mahomes and Hill would have beat Martin by themselves. You knew I knew I was in trouble. Well, Thursday night when fucking Aaron Jones put up 22 points, I was like, all right, it's one of these games. Let's go. But then when Lenny Fournette put up 20 points, I was freaked out because I was like, no, Lenny, you're not supposed to do that. Why do you have to be good this 1 week, you son of a bitch? And then the rest of his team was actually kind of quiet. I was worried about his defense, but the Vikings 9 points, and Jake Elliott only got 1 because the Eagles shot the bed. Zach Ertz also had a quiet game. Yeah, Thielen was quiet. So I was like, oh. And then even when Kamara only did 17 points, I was like, okay, this is it. I can do this. And then he just dropped 70 points out of nowhere, and it just fucks me up. Cause
what did Goff end up on?
Goff got 35 as well. So Goff and Mahomes got 35 each. Mahomes would have got 45, but he had 10 turnovers.
10?
No, not 10 turnovers. 5 turnovers. 10 points deducted.
Yeah, so
3 interceptions and 2 fumbles. Jeez. So he would have got 45 points. And Goff threw 2, I think. So he would have got 39 points or something. Or no, he had 2 fumbles. Yeah. So that, oh my god, it's just a testament to that game. Jesus Christ. My boy Saquon Barkley, 33 points. Adams doing. Saquon is such a beast. Adams just doing. So Adams is so consistent. So Adams and Thomas. And Thomas has really only got consistent the last few games, but I was looking at the wide receivers, and they're 3 and 4 now, so kind of out of nowhere, they've kind of just shot back up, and they're just up there. Because I did call Thomas being a top 3 receiver early in the season, and then he stopped being good, but now he's good again. So I think it's gonna happen with the fucking Saints just blowing the fuck up.
You gotta like the fact that they're playing a lot of divisional games kind of late in the season, probably around the playoff spots.
Yeah, because especially those games are shootouts. Everyone. It doesn't matter if it's the best team against the worst team. It's always just fucking 35-42.
Divisional games are crazy.
Well, just that South game, or the AFC or NFC South, they love it. Even the Bucks will put up a rake of points, and the Panthers will put up a rake of points, and the Falcons, who are terrible now, will put up a rake of points. Such a fun division.
It's a bendy defense. well.
Yeah, none of them are very good. Some of them are very bad. Travis Kelce, he was quiet for a lot of the game. He got better in the second half because that was kind of boning me. But if he had just got a couple, I think he dropped maybe a touchdown or a big reception laid on that would have helped. But
3 points is a sickener.
To put up 147 and a half and to lose by 2.5, 2.6 points.
2 weeks in a row, you've scored, what was it, 260 fucking points, man, and you've lost 2 weeks in a row. That is crazy.
I have, what are some stats I have here? So over the 2 games between me and Baz this season, so in the 2 games we scored over 500 points in the 2 games, and I have lost by 4.76 combined.
That's less than 1% of the total score.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
It's
I'd be mad.
Here's another little stat for you. So out of the whole season, how many games have we had? So of the 99 games that have been played, or that I've, you know, that breakdown thing, I would have won 86 of them. I would have only lost 13, but I've somehow lost 4. And Barry would have only lost 14 of them, and he's lost none. Why am I getting all the losses?
I don't know, man. Baz is, he should made a deal with Devon, man.
I thought that's what I did. Who the fuck did I do a deal with? Damn you, John! Damn you, son of a bitch!
He's not the devil anymore.
I think is that the Alshon Jeffrey also fucking boned me the big spot. I like he's gonna be not cut, but he's gonna be dropped to the bench for the next few weeks. I got someone better to play in there now.
Nicholas Chubley.
No, Christian McCaffrey.
Christian McCaffrey.
But yes, Nicholas Chubley will be playing next week. Fun fact, Connor, Kelsey is on a bye next week. I don't want to drop anyone for a tight end, so I'm just not going to play one.
Okay. If you lose then, by the points of
I'll give you Evan Engram for Nicholas Chubley.
No, what?
Give
No,
Ebron
get the fuck out of here.
Barkley.
But I have this game means literally nothing, the one coming up. Our game. There's nothing on the line.
Evan Engram and a 7th for Nicholas Chubley.
I'll give you Ebron for Barkley, and then we'll switch them back after the game, and then you give me your 7th round pick.
No, because the trade deadline is on Friday.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you crafty fox.
What if we made
I'll give you your pick back with it.
No, you're not getting picks back. It's crazy.
I was thinking about running out a second team next week. Just, give Cortland Sutton a run out, give Calvin Ridley, Sony Michel, Russell Wilson is in, and Nicky Chubb. Yeah, so pretty much all my bench is going to play next week, I think.
Who are you playing next week?
Connor, in a pointless game.
I'm playing your second team against me, you son of a bitch. I need that win. And you need me to win, because then you get a softer playoff.
That's true. But also, I don't know, what are the rules on me just tanking, though, a game? I feel...
Well,
feel
if
people
you're doing it for the greater good of your team.
Alright, okay, well that's interesting.
Is it illegal in the NFL to just not play well?
Pretty much you have to always try and win. Same in the Premier League. You have to not be seen to just try to lose.
But, it's to lose.
It's subjective.
Look, if no one has a problem with it, I know Richie I'm sure will, but if no one else does, we can outvote him, I'm on board with it. But, I feel that's match fixing if I'm completely honest though, which is why I'm hesitant to commit to it.
See, it sounds worse because it's me and you talking about it. If it was you and anyone else talking about it, then it wouldn't sound so much like collusion.
Yeah, if I was just talking to Connor about it's still match fixing no matter what way you paint it, I think.
If you were just like, Rob's team is a piece of shit and I'd rather play him in the playoffs.
See, if I could play my weakened team and be like, I need to rest the better players. But my resting of these players has no effect on their real life people at all. So
it does if you tweet at them a massive amount of pressure. If you're like, I'm dying and I need you to win, but you're not playing for me this week, so no pressure. Then they might be like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that would work. I could try it. But yeah, so next week I'm going to run the bench out because if I'm completely honest, I think I'll beat Connor regardless, even without a tight end. I took your best player.
I'm going to have an experimental team probably. I'll see who I have.
Yeah, so
I'm hoping that people come looking for like Deion Lewis and people like that. I don't know why they would, but
they do. I thought you meant like fans, like you're like, I hope the Titans fans come out.
Oh, no.
And just to see, because I know we're out now, guys, but, let's have some fun with the rest of the season.
I mean, if someone needs to fill up their bench, like, with a bad player,
yeah,
I'll take you. Well, I probably can't take people's, like, 14th and 15th round picks. So
that'd be
I'll
no
be done
point.
with it then, yeah.
You could flip those 2 picks for... no one's taking that deal.
And just work it all the way down to a second.
Maybe Mitch is probably the only player who will get any sort of decent picks for anymore.
Yeah, but...
Maybe if someone wants to take a chance on Deshaun Jackson. But
no one does.
Yeah.
Who would?
I don't know. Deshaun Jackson is a great player.
Deshauna Jackson. She had her
Deshaun.
I was listening to the Dristory pod.
Like
Do you like those Dristory pods, Rob? You got to listen to any of them yet?
No. where have they been put up?
On the YouTube page.
Oh, okay. I see. I full disclosure, I listen to the Conman and Mocarl when I'm out walking my dogs or when I'm driving my car.
Yeah,
so it's like the full just audio version.
Yeah, that
suits me down to the ground.
That's the way we designed it. We were like, this is for people on the go. Who has time to sit down and watch stuff anymore? Not me.
Not me. Connor, you?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Nice for some. Connor, I notice here on the bench that one of our favourite players, Nyheim Hines, got 3.4, which leads me into, I think, because we haven't kept up with him in a while.
The return of our favourite bitch.
Yeah, we're going to go check out what's happening with the Hineses.
This is Keeping Up with the Hineses.
That's right, Connor and Rob, we're keeping up with the Hineses. So in this episode of Keeping Up with the Hineses, Barry asks Nyheim to stay on the bench for their big game against the Millions after hearing Nyheim worked at a fast food place called Bojangles during his bye week. Meanwhile, Coach Barry uses his connections at the Heinz Company to offer Paddy Mahomes ketchup for life if he could score 57 touchdowns this season. So, just a little breakdown of what happened, Rob. Did you hear about this ketchup thing?
Yeah, I did. Patrick Mahomes is a bad dude. Why? You can't put ketchup on steak?
Oh, well, I would put ketchup on a steak.
I put mayonnaise on steak. People
are
going to come to me
that makes
about
sense.
that. I don't
Too
give
bad
a
dudes.
fuck. I love mayonnaise.
Rob, I think I'd like to point out that current President of the United States, Donald Trump, likes to have ketchup on his steak, so he can't be
I think I
wrong.
would like to
He's
point
not a
out
bad
that
dude.
proves my point.
So what's does anyone know the record for the most touchdowns in a season? Because I think Tom has 50 and Peyton, I think, but did they both just have 50?
Peyton Manning, I think, has it. It's 56 or 57, is it?
Oh,
54.
55. Oh,
The one I didn't say. Come on. Fuck you, Peyton Manning.
that's a tough ask to get to 57, but I think he's like on course.
What's he on so far?
Well, after last night, though, he would probably not. Because I don't think Peyton Manning put up
Games
that
like
many
that.
touchdowns in a game. Like,
Oh, sorry, yeah, he has 37 so far.
He's 37, so he has what?
20 more.
20 to go over what, 6
I know,
games?
boys, that's very doable.
Oh, it definitely is.
3 point something a game.
Oh, he'll throw twice that in a half.
If he was just playing the Rams again, he'd do it in another game.
I think because with the Patriots game as well, I think the Chiefs' offense goes to another level against better teams. They go into fucking third gear when they're playing all the shitty teams and they put up like 40 points, and then when they play the teams who can actually put up numbers against them too, they're like, all right, we got to fucking into fifth gear it is, and just they play so much harder against better teams. I do think it's funny
First
though.
time ever in the NFL.
Which the 250 points?
That a team who scored 50 points has lost.
Yeah. Oh, it's crazy.
First time that score was ever scored as well.
Yeah.
I mentioned that a few weeks ago.
Yeah. I think
What's
it
that
is.
called again?
Scorigami.
Scoregami.
No, I don't know why it's called that. That doesn't make sense.
Rob, do you think this
Scoregasm.
a smorgasbord? Rob, do you think there's anything to be said for the Chiefs who have now been in 2 of these shootouts and they've lost both of them?
No.
No, me either.
I do. I know. It's Andy Reid, man. I don't know. It's so hard to say who's going to get Coach of the Year, but I feel like Andy Reid should because his defense is so trash, and he's an offensive coach, so it's all him.
Yeah.
Like it is like without him, they would like that team under a different coach wouldn't be doing what they're doing.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I think he is Coach of the Year at the moment.
I think the Chiefs D has improved the last few weeks though, but that might be because the offense is just so good.
I think they get Eric Berry back soon, but I don't know how much that's going to help.
I have a question, Rob, because you're in the know with the Heinzes. Is that actually how they pronounce the plural of it?
The Heinzes?
Yeah.
I believe it's the Heinzes.
Or Heinz Eye.
But education levels in Drogheda are dire, so we can't really.
Actually, Rob, while we also have you here, as you are so in-depth knowledge with the Heinzes, how are they?
Tune in next week. See how the Heinzes get on.
See how the ketchup gets made.
Grace is coming home for Christmas.
Sorry?
Grace coming home for Christmas, and
Oh, yeah.
me and Hannah are going to be both finished work by then, so it's going to be a lot of drinking.
Yeah.
Barry's rolling in it from making money, from betting and working, so he's doing well. Maria and Terry are great.
Perfect.
Good to know.
That's perfect
And
news.
Stranger the Cat has been found safe and well.
Is that a
Spoiler.
sex position?
Yes. Stranger the Cat.
Yeah, so I think that's... we're kept up to date with the Heinzes now, I would say, in my opinion.
We'll catch up with them again.
Maybe.
I feel like you can forget some of that. It's too much information.
It's all good.
Rob, you unfortunately have to leave us now. You said you got some business to attend to. Where are you headed?
24-hour optometrist up in Drogheda.
What the...
He's a very busy man. It's the only time I could get an appointment for 5 to 12, and it's 5 to 12 now, boys. I gotta get to this optometrist.
Okay, alright,
My
Rob...
back is in bits.
Your back? What the fuck does an optometrist do?
Yeah, he's an advanced optometrist.
He's done everything.
Make sure to use the Mocarl Conman coupon to get a discount.
Yeah.
Because we seem to send a lot of people down there.
Yeah. So just just go on. If you go next time you're at the optometrist, and this goes to everyone, just do just go to the website and use the promo code BEANS to get 20% off your next optometrist visit. That's promo code
To spend
BEANS.
less beans at the optometrist.
Well, it's been a pleasure having you on, Rob. We've got to know you. We've talked through the team, the Heinzes. We've had it all. It's been a real roller coaster.
It's been a dream come true, boys. My make-a-wish was finally made.
That's great to hear, Rob. And we look forward to future power rankings in either a audio, visual, or written text format in the future.
It is what it is.
Alright, Rob, thanks for coming. Goodbye.
Thank you very much, boys.
Good luck,
Good
Rob.
night.
Have a good
Going
night.
to the optometrist. Bye-bye.
Next week on Keeping Up with the Heinzes.
Stranger! Barry, help me find Stranger. He's missing. Mum, fuck off. I'm 11 now in my fantasy football league. You can't tell me what to do anymore.
Hannah Hines enters Brookville Manor.
Okay, you two, get out.
Hannah, what do you mean?
Well, remember last week when Barry won millions on the ropey and he wouldn't share any with me? As you know, I work for AIB and I'm very salty. So, you are all evicted by me. I am the bank.
Fuck's sake. Hannah, please, you can't. This was supposed to be a surprise. But Grace is coming home for Christmas. And she can't come home if there's no home to come back to, Hannah.
What have I done? These bank documents are legally binding. I have ruined Christmas.
Fuck's sake. We can fix this, Hannah. But Grace could be home at any minute, so we'll have to be fast.
Shit, that could be her.
Terry Hines enters Brookville Manor.
Hey, Scooby-Doo, family?
Terry, Stranger is missing.
Ah, no.
Dad, I have to play Richie this week to keep my unbeaten season alive. And the Chiefs are on bye. What do I do?
Oh, I've evicted the whole family and Grace could be home at any minute.
Grace Hines enters Brookville Manor.
Hey, you guys. I'm here for Christmas.
Fuck's sake.
Rivers, pump. Rivers pulls the trigger, floats it in for the touchdown. Keenan Allen. Chargers back in front.
That was Keenan Allen as the Aztecs sacrificed the Sharks to the sun god in their bid to get one of the 2 remaining playoff spots left in the Luther. Zeke Elliott, Marlon Mack and the Saints D all did enough for the Aztecs as the team put up 97 points on a Sunday where they knew a win was a must. The Aztecs face fellow Luther playoff contenders, the Crahard Crusaders, in Week 12 as the big games keep coming. The Sharks know that they are up against it and must win out and hope 2 of her rivals also lose out if they are to have any hope. Up next for the Sharks is the Cougars. Alright, Connor, let's talk about this game.
It was actually a close game for most of it.
Yeah, even
Towards the end.
Yeah, because it looked like it was going to come down to kickers at one point as well, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah. I wasn't following too closely because my regular season is over, so I don't care anymore. But yeah, I feel like I remember that conversation dominating the chat in the
for Dell's team, he had the Dallas trio of Prescott, so he went dependent on the Cowboys.
He moved from the Patriots.
So he had Elliott, Prescott, and Cooper. Not Hooper. He had the Hooper twins, but
yeah, the Oops.
But only one of them plays for Dallas. So Austin only got 36 yards, which isn't great. Zeke got 26 yards, so like he got he got 201 rushing yard or scrimmage yards, which is so good. I think he's done that the last few weeks. I think Zeke is like on it now, which is a good timing for Dell because
coming into the playoffs.
Yeah, so don't rule Dell out of anything yet. Like there was a whole quarterback controversy because he had Ryan Fitzpatrick. I told him to go with Dak Prescott, and then for a while it looked like that was a bad call. And it ended up not winning him the game, but contributing to it. As Ryan Fitzpatrick only got 8 yards, three interceptions for Fitzmagic.
Yeah, and then he got benched in there.
Yeah, they brought famous Jameis back.
Yeah. So that's it's a shit show quarterback there.
Yeah,
they just can't have the consistency to stay good for any extended period of time.
Dell's got Tom Brady come back in, and their schedule is super sweet for the rest of the season. They play a lot of like shitty teams. So I think with Brady in there and Zeke up and running and James White in there too, and then Marlon Mack got 13 points for him, which is pretty good in that 38 win. Keenan Allen got a touchdown and 90 yards, which is good. Keenan Allen's coming into his own. Dell's team's heating up, Connor. It's getting toasty in here. Do you feel that?
Yeah.
What's that? Do you hear that? That's sizzling? Do you hear that?
It smells like burning flesh.
It does smell like burning flesh. Even Royce Freeman got a touchdown and 30 yards or whatever for Dell, and the Saints did 13 points, so it was a good week. And then Shawla's team, so Cam Newton got 25 or 24 and a half. Who were the other kind of big players for Peyton Barber? Yeah, when Peyton Barber scored a touchdown, I thought Dell was in trouble. J-Mix, as Shauna likes to call him, 11 points. Nuke 10. Corey Davis is back to being shit again. You fucking suck. 3 points. Jordan Reed 13. TJ Eldon was shitty with 32. Cody Parkey in a big spot, Connor.
Yeah, after last week.
After 4 hitting the posts, comes back with 9 points, which is pretty good. And the Ravens, who I think we talked about this on the pod that no one will ever hear, I guess, but that the Ravens defense is sneaky, not actually that good. It's one of those things where people are like, oh, the Ravens defense, they're always good, and then I think their last few games they've just not been very good, like at all, or even all season. I don't know that they have.
Well, their like the last 3 games prior to this week, their net score was 0.
Yeah, so again, it wasn't now 1 point.
It was 1.
Yeah, the last time they put up good scores was week 6, so
it's the Titans.
Not good, Shauna, you tiny fucking bitch. So what this means for Shauna's team now is that she needs to win her last 2 games, and she needs, I think, I think someone else, 2 other people to lose out as well, I think.
Oh, looks like you're going to be joining me, Shauna, down here in the fucking slums.
I think Shauna needs, because Martin plays both John and Dell. Oh, yeah. So Shauna needs to win out. She needs Martin to win out. By doing that, that means that John has lost both his games. So then she just needs Dell to lose to Danny as well, and she'll sneak in. But she has to play John and then Barry. So unless Barry rests players, which he's unlikely to do.
Doesn't look good for you, Shauna. Yeah, she needed it. Oh, yeah. Well, we were saying this week that it was a loser basically goes to the marina, in this game.
So it's unlikely. So Shauna will probably join you in the marina playoff spots.
We'll see you there.
Officially, she can still make it. Unofficially, we're gonna put a fork in her. She's done. Maybe that's what the sizzling was.
It was actually a reggae shark. It wasn't human flesh at all.
And then, so what does Dell have to do? So essentially, if Dell can beat Martin in the next one, I think he's in a good spot. So I think, that's a big game because Dell's team is coming into their own. I don't know, how's Martin doing the last few weeks? You got some numbers for Martin?
Let's see now. So this week he was actually the lowest scoring team, but prior to that he had 3 wins in a row.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So he kind of needs something like that again.
Yeah.
But he is playing. Is it Dell and John? Yeah.
Dell and John. Yeah. So
like pretty much all of them have to win all their games.
Yeah.
And they're playing each other, so it's not going to happen.
Yeah. It's funny because Martin's actually playing the 2 boys. The 2 boys then have to play either Shauna or Danny. Well, maybe Danny rests some players too. Who knows? Maybe Danny throws the game. Maybe this is how we can all benefit each other if we're all allowed to throw games.
No one's allowed to throw games. I'm saying that as a deputy commissioner.
You got promoted to deputy?
Deputy to the commissioner.
Oh, okay. That's less impressive.
I'm also not in any way a deputy to anyone.
Alright, okay.
So that was a roundabout way of saying absolutely nothing.
Yeah. And on that note, let's move on.
Winston still on his feet, trying to beat a defender around the edge, and he fumbles the ball, and who's got it? Looks like Mike Evans has it down there. Yes. It was stripped away.
It was Mike Evans with the score as the Holland Astros drove straight through the Crusaders' defense as they secured the Luther division in the first round bye in the playoffs. ODB and David Johnson contributed to the win that sees the Astros confirmed as the best in town and sends a message to the teams below them. The Crusaders head into a big Week 12 game against the Aztecs with the knowledge that a win would all but set them up for the playoffs before another crunch game in Cullen the following week. So kind of essentially, we literally just discussed the playoff kind of run. So let's talk about what happened in this game then. It wasn't good for Martin. 71 points. No, 60. What was
67,
it?
yeah.
67 points.
Worst score this year.
Oh,
this week.
Was he at all close?
No.
No.
From like the first.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Like he went straight up for Danny, and then they just got further and further away.
Yeah, no, that in the actual match. But I was thinking, was he ever close to the Marty B rule?
Oh, okay.
And I see Tariq Cohen got 4.32 points, so he was 12 yards or whatever off.
Yeah, and then he would have needed a couple of points somewhere else.
Yeah, not 12 yards. I don't know. It's stupid receiving yards. Nearly. Imagine. I don't know when that's gonna happen. Will it ever happen, Connor? Your thoughts?
Maybe. I don't think so. What's the story in the playoffs if it happens?
That's it. You fucked. Fuck you.
You win the playoff game.
Yeah.
69 points.
I think so.
Okay. What about the Drisbowl, like the final?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my understanding of the rules.
Okay, that's cool. As long as we have that clarified now, the Marty B rule counts no matter what the game.
Imagine it happens in the Drisbowl final.
No, it'll be... there's no way that any of the teams in the final are going to get 69 points.
Yeah, no, surely. No, yeah. It would have to be a disaster.
Then I guess this is a bum league.
I guess. Say a poor team. No, I don't know. No.
I mean, John realistically is still in with a shot of getting to the...
Yeah, Martin literally just got 67 points. Yeah, Martin's in with a chance of getting to the Drisbowl final.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah,
I'm
let's
rooting
see.
for that now.
So how did Martin get 67 points, Connor?
Badly.
Poorly. Yeah.
His fucking quarterback didn't get a point.
Carson Wentz got 80.84 points. Melvin Gordon got 15 points. So his boys were Melvin Gordon and Antonio Brown and Matt Prater, and then everyone else just shat the bed. Just an all-around bad week. Cardinals D 4, Manny Sanders 62. Oh yeah, Valdez Scantling was the early game, so that was a sign of poor things to come. Between Carson Wentz and Scantling, he got 1.64 points. It's not good. Danny's team, on the other hand, Connor, is in a rich vein of form. David Johnson looks like a player again. Kareem Hunt put up 17 points. Mike Evans. Oh, did you see the touchdown? There was a crazy Mike Evans touchdown where like it bounced off a guy and then it like somehow fumbled and I don't know.
No, I didn't see
Look
that.
it up, everyone. Actually, it might be the drop for this game. I haven't decided yet. Beckham 14 points. Oh, and Connor, we also should point out that Danny actually, for once in his goddamn piece of shit life, decided to play fucking Alex Collins for a week. And you know what he does? He goes and scores him a touchdown. So I think Danny, personally, owes Alex Collins an apology.
And Irish dancing as a whole, I think.
Oh, yeah. Because without Irish dancing, he wouldn't be where he is today.
No, absolutely not.
So, Danny, if you could actually tweet to Michael Flatley and just thank him, I think, and apologise for your actions.
That's fair.
Yeah.
And then we won't have to take the win off you.
Or legal action. Although we might still take legal action. Because...
copyright.
And money.
Yeah.
Tucker 12, Steelers 11, 116 points. Danny has won the division. Congratulations, Danny and the Hall of Masters. They'd be the best team in the Luther. I don't think anyone could dispute that. You shouldn't, because they're like 3 games up.
He's won the Luther.
He's been putting up big scores in the vein of me and Barry. He's been thereabouts with his points getting. Connor, can you attest to this?
Sure, yeah. He's the last 3 weeks he's been 4th, 5th, and 4th highest scorer.
Yeah.
And that's behind you and Richie and
because obviously Richie's on his monster
throwing up huge points. But yeah, just on that as well, he has the best winning streak apart obviously from Barry.
I'm a stat man.
Him and Richie are joint with three in a row.
Yeah, I saw that. I was actually looking at my little diagrams. Yeah, so I don't know what else to really say about this game in terms of who knows what's going on with the Luther playoffs. Anyone could still do it apart from Shauna, as we mentioned.
Anything on the bench? Martin had more on the bench.
Oh yeah, than his actual team.
Oh my god.
So if he'd went for Phillip Rivers, he would have got...
Phillip Rivers got more than his quarterback and his 2 running backs.
Yeah, so he definitely should have played Phillip Rivers. AP would have came in, Christian Kirk would have came in, Josh Adams I think would have came in and all improved his team. So there's a decent chance that he could have actually won this game. I didn't crunch the numbers. Should have.
He could have, yeah.
So you should have done that, Martin. You goddamn son of a bitch. Danny had Andrew Luck, Josh Reynolds, I think. I don't know. And the Rams defense, 23 points. They got 2 touchdowns, 2 touchdowns, 2 fumbles, 3 interceptions, 3 sacks. Oh, amazing.
It's crazy how they give up 45 points and still
got 23 points. That is crazy.
Although there was 51 points scored against them, but they gave up 45. What's that? PATs or something?
No, one was
defense return.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't get charged for that, no?
No, because you're not on the field. That would be a dick move. You do get done for return touchdowns though, because it's defense and special teams.
Oh, okay.
So it's only if there's a pick 6 is thrown or a fumble.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, there you go. You learn something new every day. Arguably, you could, if Danny had played any of these players, his points would have went up slightly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we would have got up in the 130s. But Connor, we can't fucking sit here and think about what could have beens. Can we?
Could have been beans.
Bees.
Beans. I was just talking beans because we mentioned
beans.
Yeah. Remember to use that coupon.
Oh
when
yeah.
You go to your optometrist.
Hashtag beans for life. Code word beans. Get 20% off your optometry needs. That optometrists.
He's a Renaissance optometrist, I believe.
They're mad for their fucking. They're mad for their optometries up in Drogheda at the minute, aren't they?
Business is booming for the optometrists. Anyone listening here who's thinking of college in Dundalk, do the optometry
course. Yeah.
Big money in it.
They can do fucking anything.
Yeah.
Throat scraping, fix a back apparently. I believe they work on your eyes initially.
That is their actual job.
Yeah, but again, And on that kind, let's move on.
Wasting a lot of time here. Down to 52 seconds. Fires and then will be caught by Diggs for the touchdown. So you've got 48
So
seconds.
Stephon Diggs with the touchdown as the Dragons win their third game on their bounce as they thoroughly dismantled the Cougars in Week 11. An all-round strong performance from the Dragons saw them score 135 points as they came into a hot streak at just the right time of the season. The Cougars are left to fight it out for the remaining Luther places with games against Sharks and the Crusaders set to make or break the season. So Connor, I have a theory about... No, it's not a theory, it's just what's going on. If you notice in our league at the minute, the three kind of highest scorers currently are me, Barry and Richie. Mm-hmm. And remember we were discussing the double combo hit or whatever thing, you know, the way you get the quarterback and the... Now, that's obviously, it's a good plan to have, but I think the reason that the three of us have scored so many points in the last, 2 weeks or whatever, it's because the Saints, who are essentially Richie's team, and the Rams, who are essentially my team, and the Chiefs for Barry, they're all just, literally scoring points for days at the minute. It's crazy. So I think that's why... So I don't know if it's a sustainable amount of points to be scoring, but with these teams it probably is because they just look amazing in real life. And I think that's what you're seeing with Richie in the last few weeks. It's just the Saints are buzzing and then it's just lifting the whole team. Julio is like, oh, the Saints are doing it, I can do it too. What can do? And Chris Carson is like, hey... I'll get in on this. Yeah, I like cake. Stephon Diggs, who I feel we mentioned intermittently throughout the season.
For different reasons, I think. Sometimes we're saying he's good, sometimes we're saying he's bad.
I think he's had a good couple of weeks. 18 points is obviously really good. In a game where they probably didn't even need it because John's team didn't really show up. Derrick Henry did not have a revenge game against John. He only got 4.6 points. Slutz 12 points. Slutz has been a good kicker for Richie because Dell's always like, I shouldn't let go of Slutz. That's how I always know if Slutz is doing well, when Dell's like, I shouldn't have gave up Slutz.
Yeah, he's the third arm in the New Orleans
Saints trifecta.
Yeah.
Make triumvirate. Try and visualize that analogy, sons of bitches. The Bears, these also a great pick for Richie. Yeah, they're far and away the best team
by a mile,
best defense in the NFL.
It's crazy.
Because every other defense is just kind of not good. I guess the Rams just conceded 50 points. What are we talking about? Alright, and then John's team. So James Conner, Rob pointed out earlier in the week, the C1000, he only got 5 points, not very good. And Big Ben only got 20 points, so they're usually John's bell cows, if you will.
I will.
Would you?
I will allow that.
Alright, perfect. Sustained. That game was so weird against the Jags where they just didn't get anything on offense going until the fucking third or the fourth quarter. Big Ben threw 3 picks and then he still ended up with 20 points, which is a testament to him.
I remember that.
Tevin Coleman, who has not been great for John since he's come, I don't think, or he hasn't made an impact that I'm aware of. Maybe John can correct me in the comments below. Who knows? Use promo code BEANS to get 20% off all your comments needs. The pocket locket has been consistent for John, 9 points. Kenny G, 17 points good, in a big spot. Yeah. The detective. We all know he only got the 430. Yeah.
One less yard.
Who's fucking drinking? Is what he did. That's the Jack Doyle we know. He's a booze hound, that guy.
What happens when he's not training, when he's busy investigating films. So you brought this on yourself, John.
The nihilism gets to him. And then the only way he can deal with it is through drink.
Sure.
So you might want to talk to him about that, John. Because again, he could have got 420, and then John would have needed someone else to fuck off, and then it would have been the Jack Doyle rule. Would have been perfect. Chargers defense got 0 points. Sterling Sharper got 2.2 points. John's team didn't do well. Golden Tate on his bench only got 4 points. Doug Baldwin 11 points. That Demaryius Thomas trade, it's not that it hasn't worked out, it's just it was completely pointless. Neither of you have done anything with the players. No good. On Richie's bench, so how can Richie improve his team is the question, and Edelman is one who can get him points. T.Y. Hilton, 2 receiving touchdowns and 155 yards. But he's one of those guys that he'll play him next week and he'll probably do fuck all. And then he'll drop him and then he'll do amazing. The T. Kittle also was on a bye, so fair fucks to him. Good lad.
Sure.
And what this means for the two boys is I would strongly, and I've mentioned this off pod, that I think Richie's the favourite to get in. I don't know that Rob can win either of his games. Richie, I think, could beat Baz this week because, like we mentioned, with the buys and stuff like that. And then, like, the Saints are playing someone shitty who can or the Falcons, so they can put up a bunch of points in them and stuff.
Gotta do it first, Richie. We can't have someone go undefeated.
Yeah. So there you go. And John, I mean, we've talked to death about the Luther at this stage, Connor. God damn. You know what you gotta do, John? You gotta win your games. You got two big ones. You can do it. Anyone can do it. Anyone can still win, I think. Anyone bar you and Shauna and Rob.
I mean, Shauna mathematically can, but she won't.
Yeah, and Rob mathematically can. I don't think he can either, or will. But I genuinely think any of the other like 7 teams could theoretically win it. Like on any given Sunday, who knows?
All right.
Although it's any given kind of Thursday,
Sunday and Monday.
Sunday, Monday. But then when you think about it, over Christmas, they do Saturday games too.
Do they?
Yeah. So just keep an eye out for that. The last, I believe, week 16. So the final would be on. I think the last game is on Christmas Eve, I believe. So I could be celebrating a win on Christmas Eve on my birthday. Do a little dance. Would you like to see that? I mean, I just kind of showed you the little dance there. So
you're glad that this is a fucking audio only pod. You're lucky.
Yeah, it's fair. Did you like that dance?
No.
You think I should find a new one?
I think you should drop it for Christmas Eve. I think that you'll ruin some children's Christmases. But that's alright, you won't win there.
Of course not. I can't beat either Richie or goddamn Barry. Two sons of bitches. And on that note, let's move on. So Connor, earlier in the show we mentioned that how me and Barry's team, or me and Barry's game was the highest scoring game in Drisbowl history.
Yeah.
So I wanted to take you down a memory lane.
Dristory lane.
Dreary Lane, Sugar Drisbowl Lane. The best way to do this. So I've hired a production company.
Oh, good.
To make a little documentary to remind us of the previous highest ever scoring game. Cards on the table. I fully did not expect me and Barry, to have the highest scoring game. So I had wrote this as
still being the highest
game. It doesn't impact it too much, but you know, for full disclosure, you know, you gotta keep your cards on the table. That's how you play poker, right? You just put your cards on the table beforehand, so people know. Everyone knows then what everyone has.
I guess so. I don't know how that would win you in poker.
Yeah. Well, I've never won poker. Yeah. So something to that. Anyway.
Week 16, the year 2016 season, 147 to 124, Balrogs versus Aids. A meaningless Week 16 game between the Balrogs and Aids. Football was the real winner. Perhaps with zero pressure on these teams, it allowed for an easy-going, point-filled bonanza, where the final score ended up being 147 to 124. The winner secured 6th place in the Drisbowl and a dance with the loser's main lady, if you know what I mean. The losers secured their place in history for taking part in the highest scoring game in the Drisbowl era. Dak Prescott, Mark Ingram, Jody Nelson, Doug Baldwin all scored over 20 points in the game for Aids. Unfortunately for the boys, they only managed to know 4 points between them, Jameis Crowder and their Henry brothers. Keep going, Henry, your day will come soon. Aaron Rodgers led the boys in Balrog to the win with a 37-point game, which set the tone for Goskowski, Tavon Coleman and Jalen Richard as they looked to be doing the cha-cha while the Aids were all doing the Charleston. This matchup may not have had a lasting impact on the league that year, but let it never be said that we at Drisbowl HQ don't take note of history when it falls on our lap.
Oh, that's very good.
So what do you think about that? So
informative and entertaining.
Yeah, it was. It's an old timey guy.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta. You got to go down to the history. They had to go down to the what's the RT the vault, the archive. They had to dig that guy up. I think he's dead now. Yeah.
Crushed by all the notes from Drisbowl history past.
So Connor, we discussed it. So it was a week 16 game. There was nothing on the line. Just you against Danny. You were just taking fucking lumps out of each other. What do you? I think the first thing I should ask is what do you remember about this game?
None of these players. I don't know who Jay Richard is. Is that Richard Matthews?
Yes.
Okay, I recognise the rest of them. Who's that? Patriots? Who's he?
It's the Patriots defense. So you had Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Booker, Jalen Richard, Richard Matthews, Brandon Cooks, Travis Kelce, Tevin Coleman, Stephen Gostowski in the Patriots defense. You put up 147 points, Connor. A very good score.
Jeez, I'd take that team now.
Oh, you would. That's a good team. Well, apart from the running backs, Devontae Booker and Jalen Richard are not getting any points.
I'd replace my wide receiver problem with a running back problem.
Also, your wide receivers are great. And then Danny put up 24 points for Prescott. Mark Ingram got 23. Nelson got 27. Baldwin got 23. Tucker got 13. And they got 124 points. So 147 to 124. So the record was 271, I believe, was the record. Yeah. And then obviously it's gone off to fucking 297.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, 298. Yeah, but that was because that's still very good. 271. I got some other ones. Which one is that? So the next highest one was the Honey Badgers again against Danny. Danny had he's 2 of the 3 highest scoring games.
Although his last team was AIDS, and this is the Gentleman.
The Gentleman, yes, it's an evolution of
different branding.
Yeah. So this is 155 to 112. Breeze, Justin Forsett got 31 points for Dell. Demarius Thomas got 26 points for Dell. And Drew Brees got 28. Oh, his boy Jamal Charles. I think this was like week 3 maybe? No, I don't know. Actually, I don't know. Week 10. Doesn't matter. JC, his boy Jamal Charles, who he famously drafted in the second year of the draft, when he went for the oldest team in history with Ardell, if you recall. I'm sure you don't.
I'd actually see Steve Smith there. He was old.
Yeah. Owen Daniels. Oh, he had to retire, I believe. Or he retired willfully? I don't know. Brandon LaFell. Danny's team, he had Andrew Luck, who he always seems to have Andrew Luck, I think. It's a common Danny theme. Jonas Gray, who, Connor, you may remember as the guy who got 40 points, I think.
I don't.
Something like that. For the Patriots. He just turned up one week and he got 40 points, and then he was late for training the next week and no one ever saw him again. The Golden Goose got Danny 25 points as a running back. Des Bryant got him 20 points. Mike Evans got him 10. Delaney Walker got him 15. And Vinatieri got him 11. So getting a strong performance. And it was I was going to say Jonas Gray probably lost it for him, but he lost by 40 points. So you would have won, or Del would have won anyway. Good work, Del. The last game was me against Rob. It was 150 points to 110 from, I think this is season 2016. I should have this wrote down, but I don't. Look, sue me. This was, of course, the days of Devonta Freeman's legendary 6-game stretch in the millions, where he got 37 points in this game. Aaron Rodgers got 35 points. Beckham got 14. Kendall Wright got 17. Who's he? Dan Carpenter got 13. Seahawks got 18. Did I have David Johnson? Or is that... No. God, I think that was the season I fucking released David Johnson. I had him and then I released him and he was amazing. Downtown John Brown, 6 points. Jason Witten, 6 points. But yeah, so it just shows if you have 2 guys putting up 35 points, your team is legit.
Win, yeah.
It's the way to put up the bet. You need 2 guys scoring 25 points, I think, is the magic number. How did Rob get to 100? Well, how did I guess he only got 110, but how did he get his place in the history books, Connor? So you got Ryan Tannehill. Why did you have Tannehill? 16 points. Mark Ingram again. Is this? No, this is only the second one. If I still had him, it'd be the third one he was involved in. Mark Ingram loves a big scoring game. Alfred Morris got 2 points. Julio Jones, who Richie now has, he had 20 points. Antonio Brown, 10 points. Oh, Rob had Brown. Oh, I remember that. Brown had Jones and Brown. Rob had a tasty team back in the day. Jimmy Graham got 14 points. Matty Sanders 9. Blair Walsh 7. And the Eagles got 16, Connor. There you go. So that's the history of the high scoring games. What are you going to take away from that?
I used to be better. And so did Rob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess when we went over the win percentages
yeah.
last year.
Let's not delve
or
too
last
much
week.
into that,
Yeah. Probably for the best.
Blair Walsh, he was there twice, was he? So he's a kicker there. Yeah, he got in there twice.
He did?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Good work, Blair Walsh. So, I guess the moral of the story is get Mark Ingram, get Blair Walsh, get 2 players to score 35 points. And that's how you do it, yeah.
Who would have thought having high-scoring players wins the games?
I certainly didn't. And I know Shauna didn't,
Yeah.
or she would have done it a long time ago. And Connor, on that note, I think that's probably the end of the show. So, what have we learned here today?
We learned that Rob's family made their money in the gold rush of 78.
That is exactly one of the facts we learned. We also learned of the breaking news trade that happened. We learned that Rob is going to rebrand. I don't think we gave enough time to that, but
that was an exclusive.
Yeah, we'll dig into that. We should have. I
remember thinking at the time that it was an exclusive.
Yeah.
I should have mentioned it.
Yeah, but he brought up in the wrong part of the show. We're getting to know the coach, not getting to know what's up with the logo. So maybe we'll get Rob on for an exclusive interview at some point in the postseason. And we learned who's in, who's out. Both divisions were won this week. Essentially 2 people were knocked out. It's all to play for. Anyone could win. Kind of.
Except
whoever's left. Yeah, a great time had by all. We're going to miss it when it's gone, Connor.
Oh, don't worry. There'll be pods.
Oh no, I meant the league.
Oh, I was into that. Alright,
and we're gone. Goodbye.
Bye.